Alright, welcome back to mid-tier, guys. I think I'm going to cover low tier in this as well. I don't have a lot of people on low tier, so this will be the final part of the tier list. I'll do mid-tier, I'll do low tier, and then I will also do the final touch-ups of ordering. I think I've kind of done that enough with the other videos, but if I have any last-minute thoughts throughout, I will. And yeah, let's get started with mid-tier. Let's start out with Me Gunner. Me Gunner has a lot of sauce, actually. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. It has a lot of stuff. F tilt is a great get off me option. Up tilt is quick and fast. Forward smash has a lot of range. Down smash is really quick. Down tilt is just a nice little poke. Fair gives good movement ability, like it lets you run away while keeping people off of you. Up air is really interesting with drag down stuff, and as well as just like catching people above you. And then down air and back air are just big, and nair is like a decent little get off me option. In the specials, we get into the specials where you've got the up B, which is like it like spikes first and then kicks up. It doesn't go very far, but that thing kills so early, and it's crazy. It is scary. The rest of the up Bs are kind of just like more for distance. You've got charge shot, which is great and probably the best one. You can also do the grenade if you want that. The side B, you can have the Samus missile, or you can have like an arc fire, both of which are just good options. And then down B, you've got the option of dropping a grenade for traps. You can do a reflector, or you can do like a side magnet absorb type thing, all of which are good. Like all the movesets you want. It's basically whatever kind of defensive character you want to build with Me Brawler, or Me Gunner, sorry. They work, and this character just has a really solid keep away game. Definitely worse than like if you want to play a keep away character, like a zoner character. Pick any of the ones above you. Like pretty much the rest of them in the game are above you. Like Duck Hunt, Hero if you want to play him that way, Robin, Young Link, Toon Link, even Diddy Kong. Alright, you can play Luke's that way, Samus, Rob, Pac-Man, Link, Mega Man, Min, like Olimar. Like there's so many better keep away characters and like zoning characters, but Me Gunner. So why do I keep saying Me Brawler? Me Gunner is still very solid and has some good tools and definitely should not be slept on. Above Me Gunner, or sorry, not above Me Gunner. Below Me Gunner, I will throw on Pit and Dark Pit in the order that I think they are better, and I think personally Pit is ever so slightly better than Dark Pit, just because I've told it's a little bit stronger and the arrows are better for gimping people. But Dark Pit's side B is definitely strong, like definitely just stronger and better to kill with. And then his arrows will send farther, so if you get the edge guard, like the simple edge guard on him, you'll be better at just like gimping them. But the arrows are both pretty solid. Honestly, these two could just go in the same spot. I attempted to do it, but I'll keep them separate just because. They are really just solid characters all around. They have good recovery. They have good. You can space with them, with fair, like which is the disjoint. Sorry, I don't know what that was. With disjoint, they've got solid combo games, pretty good kill potential, like good grab games, like a really good grab game actually. Down throw, good for combos. Back throw, up throw, good for positioning. Forward throw can kill. Yeah, good combos, good like pretty consistent. This character doesn't have like a lot doesn't really have like the scare factor is the issue with them, and the only reason they're down here in mid tier in my opinion is they don't have the scare factor. They don't have the super high damage that these zoners do, or like the really tricky combos, or like the super oppressive neutral, or you know, they don't have the explosion that like the high tiers have and the top tiers have, but they are so solid, and they don't have a like super bad matchup. I really think this character can do it against any character in the game. Because he can do it. They may not win against every character in the game. They probably win against a good couple of them. But they have the tools to just do pretty much any matchup you want, which was tempting for me to put them in high tier, but I'm going to leave them down in mid tier. Mid tier is still viable somewhat. Like you can do it. You wouldn't really be top 8ing with them, but you can do good with them. And yeah, they're just really solid, really simple, and just effective in a lot of different ways. After them, I will put Mewtwo. Mewtwo's got really solid combos, really good damage, also good grab game, really good scary kill throw. If you're holding shield against him, he just has so many things he can do against you with grab and then or a side B or a neutral B. Really good range, really good speed. He's definitely just one of the easiest to kill characters though, just because of his hitbox, his weird tail hitbox, and his light and his height, just his size. He's really easy to just kill. But he is just solid. He's a threat. He's got some stuff he can definitely do. And I'm sure he's got some solid matchups throughout the cast. Peak characters above him he just does good against, but he is just still too easy to blow up. And probably just is straight up the easiest character to blow up in the game. But Mewtwo is a threat, and he's good for sure. Definitely thought about putting him up in high tier, but I think he's just quite not there yet. He's close. You know what? Actually, he's better than. I'm gonna put him above these two. He's almost there. I will also put Rosalina above these guys too. Rosalina is very interesting. The puppeteer character, she has really good edge guarding, really good range. Just she has good damage and pretty solid combos, and it's this really interesting play style where she can kind of, even though she's not very fast, she still kind of commands the pace of things. You have to really respect Luma, and you want to get Luma out of there, or else you're just gonna get, you can just get easily oppressed. Does really good against projectile characters. Is a good counter pick to projectile characters, honestly. Yeah, she's just really solid. Has some good, has some pretty good strong hits on back air, and up air can get you kills. Yeah, plays a very good keep away, get off me zoning game, and then also has some you can do some desync. I don't know if they're desync with her, but desync combos can do some stuff with her. She's really interesting. I think it's there. After them, I will put. Let's see. Mewtwo, Rosalina. After the pits, I might put Gunner down there actually. Yeah, I like that more. After Gunner, the tiers are really interesting because I feel like the order of things isn't as important in mid tier. These characters are all kind of eh. But I'm gonna put Villager. Villager has a solid keep away game, can definitely shut out some characters like Diddy Kong. Pocket is a really interesting move that it can just really scare a lot of characters into using their strong projectiles. Think Hero, think Samus. You can even use Pocket to gimp Ness and Lucas. Can just has a very solid keep away game and some moves that you don't want to run into. Do some good damage to you. Just good poke, good recovery too. Really scary edge guarding. But overall, you can still just bully him and kind of just, if you choose to just not give him time to ever do things, you can kind of just blow him up. So that's why someone like Chrom is good against him. You've got your other rush down speedsters who just do good against him, or the other characters who will play the long game. Someone like Min, I'm sure does good against her. Snake. Stuff like that. I apologize for my voice. I am I got my wisdom teeth out earlier this morning, as I said in the top tier video. So I apologize for the voice. I'm still on pain meds, which are making me a little loopy. Not loopy, but dragging me down a little bit. After Villager, I will put the Belmonts. I'm just gonna put Simon. They're the same. The Belmonts are very polarizing. They have such a bad recovery for sure. You can definitely just get really early kills on them. But some characters just can't get it on this. Can't get it on them. They can just counterpick some characters so well. Like Peach, I'm sure they can do good against Wario. They do pretty good against. I think they do good against Snake. I don't know how. I don't really heard Snakes talk about that, but I like to think that they can do good against Snake. Can do good against Link. They're just against all the Links. They just like kind of bully. And I put them really low as one of the zoners, even though like they're one of the most effective zoners, and like if their recovery was better, they would literally be up here. But it's just because they're so exploitable off stage that you have a consistent way to kill them. But they can just bully so many characters like Luigi. His worst matchup is probably Simon. I don't know what Samus can really do to that character. The Shotos. They're just such a solid counter pick character that if you just like really stay back and keep away, I just don't know what some characters can do against them. And then the characters who can do something against them, just obliterate them. Diddy, Sheik, Mithra, Fox, Inkling, Falcon, Greninja, Zero Suit, Wolf, Pikachu, Joker. These characters, obliterate them, and it should be unwinnable. Yeah, that's Simon. He's this. It's literally like heads or tails. You pick a matchup, it's heads or tails. Heads, he wins. Tails, he loses. I don't really think he has a lot of even matchups. I'm pretty sure if I had to imagine a Simon matchup chart, it would look something like a shit ton of wins and a shit ton of loses, and then like 3 even matchups. Yeah, Simon is just scary. Really, could just be very scary. After Simon, I'm going to talk about Corn. Corn is definitely pretty slow, but has some good damage and has some good combos. Pin is still a good tool in neutral. Has a very pretty good kit overall, good recovery, but it's just kind of too slow to be as explosive as Corn wants to be. Just kind of he lacks the explosiveness that Corn definitely really wants. And then doesn't have the super oppressive move as Pin was back in Smash 4. So he's going to stay kind of down here. I think a good couple of buffs could definitely skyrocket this character up here, really high into high tier. But at the moment, it's kind of sitting in a spot where could just need some more help. So he's going to stay down here. Right up to Corn is another slow Fire Emblem character in Byleth. Byleth has good damage. It definitely has good damage. Has a couple 1-2 combos that do well. Has good ledge game. Has a hilarious 0 to death on only Donkey Kong, even though I don't really think Byleth beats Donkey Kong. I actually kind of think it's a losing matchup, in my opinion. But Arrow is not a good projectile. Down B is basically useless unless you get a shield break. Unless you just it's such a stupid option that it's not a good option. You have good spacing moves with F tilt and forward air, back air, and you can use Nair to kind of get off me and land with Nair, set up some tech chases. Down tilt into up air is a great kill confirm. You've got up B combos at low percent to do some good damage, as well as just up B vertical tech chases, which are really not tech chase. I guess it's not tech chase, but DI chases, where you can score some stuff. But this character just gets oppressed so hard by projectile characters who can play a longer ranged game than he can. Somebody like Villager, the Belmonts are tricky. Even characters like Min Min and Sephiroth who have more range than him and even more speed. And then it's the characters who outspeed Byleth are just so oppressive on him. Like Sheik, Diddy, Chrom, Roy, Pichu, Pikachu, Wolf. Wolf is a little bit more doable, but yeah, this character can just really it's so easy to oppress. It's just so easy to oppress with just the sheer slowness that the character, not just run speed, but move speed, and doesn't really have has good range, but that's about it. Has good range and has a good keep away game, but that's it. Even kill power is it's fine. It's not super good. I love this character. I really do love this character. I think he's so fun. One of my favorite characters in the game. Probably my second favorite character in the game, next to Pyra and Mithra. But I just don't think he's a very good character. Definitely has his merit here and there. Good against Game & Watch. Great counter pick against DK if they don't know about the combo. He does fine against Snake, which is great, and can do good against Peach. Can manage to win around Wario. and do fine against both Mario and Marth and Lucina, but it just has too many bad matchups to really be considered any higher than this, in my opinion. After Byleth, I want to put Zelda. Zelda is a really interesting character who has good matchups against a lot of projectile characters. And just has like really good damage, has some just really scary moves in the Knight and Phantom. Forward smash is quick and does a lot of damage. You've got neutral B to kind of get people off you and just help against fighting projectiles. All of the aerials just do so much damage and it hurts so bad. Up B out of shield kills really early. She's also just a too slow, gets suppressed kind of character, just like Corrin and Byleth are. But she has some stuff, and she has some really scary stuff that can definitely be. I mean, you don't want to be on the wrong side of, don't want to be on the wrong end of the stick against Zelda. She can definitely blow you up. After Zelda, I'm going to put Bowser Jr. Where is that little guy? Bowser Jr. I feel like I might be putting Bowser Jr. a little bit too low. In fact, I think I am. I'm going to put Bowser Jr. above here. Or above the 3. Bowser Jr. has pretty good combos and good damage on those combos. Like, he definitely can hit pretty hard. Side B is a good like a rushdown approaching option. All the aerials are solid. Has some kind of mediocre projectiles. And when I say mediocre, I mean bad. Neutral B is bad. The Koopa is really not that good. Just shield it or just ignore it. Really gimpable recovery. But the combos and stuff are solid enough. I'm gonna keep Bowser Jr. down here actually. The combos and stuff are like scary enough that, you know, if you really get caught in like some loops and caught in a vortex, you can see yourself on the other side of like 80% damage. So has some stuff, but just not all of the tools are really that great. So Bowser Jr. is gonna stay down here. Above Bowser Jr., I'm actually going to be putting Meta Knight. Meta Knight has... Maybe I am underrating Meta Knight too. Mid-tier is where things get weird. I just want to say, ordering mid-tier is really weird. I will be actually moving Meta Knight up to about where the pits are. Meta Knight has some good combos that work on a couple characters like Peach. Really good recovery, good edge guarding, good speed, but just gets outranged by other characters, outdamaged by other characters, outkill powered by other characters. And it's just an issue. Like, he just doesn't have enough. He's just not explosive. Where Meta Knight has always been explosive in other games. This game, he's just really not. He's fast, and that's about it. But his rushdown playstyle, I know, can definitely work. I think he can work against Min Min. He's good against Peach. Fine against Pikachu. Fine against like Zero Suit. He can do fine against some better characters up there. So yeah, I will put Meta Knight up there. After Bowser Jr. will actually be Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant's Patooey is a stupid move. It is such a stupid move. You have to respect it so much. It's so dumb. Side B also just does so much damage. But then other than that, the rest of his moves are pretty good. That's about it. Like, it's just pretty good. Like, it's once you really get past the neutral B and like once you just get like figure out how to deal with it, or turn into hero and put bounce on, then you just can kind of blow up Plant. Like, Plant isn't a great character. He's just an annoying character to fight. But Patooey is definitely like a solid enough move that can just shut down some things that you want to do. So I think he definitely deserves to be, you know, on the upper, at least above some of the characters below him. Next, I will talk about Bayonetta. Bayonetta is actually no. Next, I'm going to talk about. Yeah, I'll talk about Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a fall. She had a fall from grace. Her combos don't always work, and to get like the true combos, like you have to be in the wrong place in the wrong time for these combos to work. Great edge guarding, like great recovery, could do some decent damage, but her ability to kill is pathetic. It is pathetic. You are hoping for a raw back air, a smash attack. If you're not getting edge guards, which like her hits don't hit super hard, so if they have a good recovery, they're gonna make it back. Bayonetta just had such a fall from grace. Like, sure, she can still get you with the combos, but like, there's other characters down here who have crazy combos. It's not enough to put her any higher than this. Her neutral is not good. Her kill power is not good. If she can't get her stuff going, she's just gonna lose. Like it's not like scary to challenge Bayonetta as it was before. So she's gonna be down here. After her is gonna be Banjo. Banjo is a really unimpressive character. Like as soon as he came out, it just doesn't really do things. Grenade is not, you know what, actually, never mind. I'll talk about Banjo later. I will talk about him later. He's going to be lower. Next up is going to be Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff has incredible edge guarding. Has pretty solid like kill power if you get, you know, the rest setups. Like you've got combos into rest. You've got also just back air, which hits hard. And can kill. Dash attack can kill eventually, I'm pretty sure. But Jigglypuff is a very tricky character to fight in a lot of ways. Like she doesn't really get comboed. She just like can't win against some zoners and like disjoints. She just like can't win, but she can edge guard like against a lot of brawler characters. She's actually pretty solid, like Pikachu and a Falcon, who she can edge guard Falcon like crazy. She can do some stuff with Wario and just like throw out her big lingering hitboxes and edge guard people and kind of just like play this like slippery. Even though she's kind of slow, like she can still just be so slippery. And then she just has combos into rest and like being able to kill you so early. She can just kill you so early, like in a lot of different ways, and it's very valuable. So I think she's definitely around here. Next is going to be Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers have probably the biggest example in this game of the biggest strengths and the biggest weaknesses. When they get their combos on you, they go crazy. They can just do some crazy stuff to you. But it's so easy to separate Nana and Popo and then just blow them up, and then you have to fight one of them. And then when they're just separate, like it's so easy. Like they don't have good range. Their neutral can be kind of tough. You're pretty much like they're really just like fishing for the whatever desync setup they need. And if you just become aware of them, even if you don't know them, if you just become aware of the fact that they are fishing for certain things, and just focus your game plan on not really like you have to change your playstyle up a little bit, but it's more, I don't think it's as bad as like, you know, when you have to fight like Snake, for example, because all you're doing is like, oh, I'm just gonna separate them and just bully them. Like you can really just bully this character, and the second you get them separated and when they're in disadvantage, the disadvantage is just bad. And so far we just haven't seen the like outrageous combos that really can make up for the blatant weaknesses this character has, and I think that's enough reason to kind of keep them down here. But they are explosive, which is something that a lot of the characters down here just cannot say. They're the only explosive character down here, actually, I would say. After the Ice Climbers is going to be the list of, let's see who I have left. Let me get these extras out of the way so I can see who left I have to talk about. So quick little Incineroar. I have to talk about Isabelle. Talk about K-Rool. Kirby. Lucario. Mii Sword Fighter. Ridley. And that is it. Yeah, these are the remaining characters. Alright. This is going to be a series of heavies. I also missed King Dedede. This next part of the list is going to be a series of heavies. Number 1 of which I think is King Dedede. Right behind him is King K. Rool. I'm going to talk about these two first. So these two are the more like defensive zoner heavies here. But King Dedede overall has a better disadvantage state because of the multiple jumps. And they both have tricky recoveries that you can't really touch unless you're certain characters. Like Diddy Kong can drop banana and spike K. Rool. You can drop bomb with Link and spike him. Or if you have like a big enough spike like Rob and Pyra do, you can spike him. Otherwise, you just have to kind of drop down and hit him to the side. In which case, K. Rool is so heavy, he's most likely going to be making it back. And you kind of just have to keep pushing him until he eventually can't make it back. Unless you know, one of the side characters who can just like hit him off stage. Like hit him, or who can spike him from above. Samus can also do it with like a bomb or something. He's got a lot of just invulnerability with... Or not invulnerable. He has a lot of armor with just side beasts. You kind of just jump in through it, and it's like a... It's like a check. It's not a checkmate, but it's like a check. It's like, I'm going to check. You're going to throw stuff out, and I can just throw this and do something with damage, and then you can just really rack up. You can just have a lot of damage racked up on you from K. Rool. You know, up throw does like 20%. And the rest of his throws are all good setups for something or another. You can bury. You can throw them off stage. Back throw kills. Stupid early. Blunderblast is also cool. It's also good. It's a lingering hitbox that like a lingering projectile that comes near you, and then he can command grab you with the inhale part of it. He's got a counter as well and just armor. A lot of his aerials are just kind of scary to deal with. Like if he's throwing a fair out at you, you have to whiff punish him hard. Of course, like he's a slower heavy. You can whiff punish him hard, but he can outlast you, and he's got a pretty solid keep away game. And it's just like he's such an easy character too that he's definitely such a strong noob killer. Like if you're not ready for a K. Rool, you're gonna get blown up. Dedede is a lot more like combo oriented. Like he's got a lot more combos like Nair. He has just such a good ledge trapping game. Like King Dedede's ledge trapping game is really, really, really good. Like definitely a high tier ledge trapping game. You can just checkmate some positions with Gordo if you have it stuck to the ledge and you're sitting below it with ready to catch your opponent with an aerial. Or standing on ledge. Gordo is just so good at ledge in general, and he also has, you know, inhale to catch you shielding. And he's got a big disjointed hammer. Just to throw, kind of space things out on you. And then just the multiple jumps just kind of makes his disadvantage better than pretty much the other heavies around this area. And I think it's enough to keep him down here. And then just like everything kills with him as well. After K. Rool is Ridley. Ridley is heavy in size, but definitely not in weight. I'm pretty sure he's like lighter than Samus and Ike. But Ridley has some really good moves. Nair is super solid. Down tilt. Down tilt is really, really good range. Sets up for stuff. Has some like really solid like neutral, I think. Out of a lot of these heavies, I think has a solid, clean neutral. Good edge guarding. Does not have a good recovery though. The recovery is super linear, so you can definitely just go out and bully him. Since Ridley is so big, he's just so easy to blow up. Almost like how Mewtwo is so easy to blow up. You can just really start bullying Ridley, and then he doesn't live for super long because he's not that heavy. So the result of you blowing him up is you can get early kills on him while you can't on like all the other heavies. But his overall like toolkit is just solid. Aside from his specials. Up B just is like, it's strong, but doesn't have the best angles. Side B is situational. Can definitely just gain you stage control and get a kill, which is great, but it's also very slow and reactable. Neutral B is very situational. You can maybe throw out one to kind of like use as like a Mario Fireball in neutral. It's way better off stage. And then down B is not a good move at all. If you so happen to get it, you get 50%, and then you get a tech chase, but like, okay. It's a super risky move. And back air, forward air, and nair are all great aerials. Up air is just strong, and then down air is not really good either. All of his tilts are amazing, however. Forward tilt is so good for spacing and just kind of getting people off of you. Down tilt is great for setting up combos. Up tilt is just a good anti-air. And the jab, you have, his jab does some good damage and has some good range to it. And then dash attack is also a good quick burst option. So really, his overall, just he's solid, but has just some weaknesses that keep him from being a super good character. I think if his specials were overall just better, and he had some more weight to him, he could definitely rise up and become maybe even a high tier. Has that potential for sure, but at the moment, it's still just down here. After Ridley is, in my opinion, Donkey Kong, who is pretty similar to Ridley. Like these two are pretty explosive. Ridley also has, I guess, multiple gems, so his disadvantage state is a little bit better. But DK is super, super explosive, but his disadvantage state is abysmal. He's so easy to edgeguard. He's so easy to bully. It's just can the DK get his lucky things on you? Maybe. His neutral's worse than yours. His disadvantage is so much worse than yours. Like, sure, he can get the early kills on you, but he's just not a good character. Like, overall, like, he just has so many weaknesses that are so easy to exploit. So he kind of comes here at the bottom of these 4 heavies here. But he definitely is explosive enough to, and like fast, and has like good disjointed tilts and normals that I think he deserves to be up here. After him will be Mii Sword Fighter. Mii Sword Fighter has not enough to really be scary. And that's kind of why he's down here. His normals are okay. Down tilt is okay. His aerials are okay. Like, he has a sword, but his sword isn't very long. You can do the Chakram special, so he's got some projectiles to play a better keep away game. And then you can do the Tornado into like the Link up B if you want to use that for kill confirms. Which isn't really great though, like that Tornado is very easy reactable. I like the Ninja Star better for just neutral, like just poking damage in neutral. Has some like solid damage output from like moves and some decent kill potential, but is overall such a lackluster character. And I think he just absolutely deserves to be down here. You know what? He's actually lower than that because Kirby is way more explosive than he is. Kirby is moving up in the world, actually. Is he? No, just here. Kirby has some really good combos. Just like has some really, really good combos and really good edge guarding. He's just too slow and has such little range that almost every character in the game can either outspeed him or outrange his character, and he just has such a tough time getting in. But definitely can like he can work against like Pikachu. There's a couple matchups where he can work against like Falcon and Fox too, that he can definitely work in. I'm sure he's got potential against Mario. Maybe he's got something going for him against like Peach. I think he's fine against Zero Suit. But the characters that just keep him out and just outspeed him, there's just not a lot Kirby can do. Like he's just has like good stuff to him. Like has really scary combos and kill power and edge guarding, but it's just so easy to not let him play the game. Really, that I'm gonna keep him down here. I guess this will be like the explosive section from King Dedede to Kirby. It's like the explosive characters down here. After Sword Fighter will be Banjo and Kazooie. Banjo and Kazooie. One sec. Banjo is really underwhelming in a lot of ways. See it. Banjo is underwhelming in a lot of ways. Just I don't see a lot of what this character is supposed to do. He's supposed to keep you out with grenades, I guess. And the egg shoot like neutral B, but it's so unimpressive. Is he supposed to brawl you with his mediocre frame data? He's not really heavy. Banjo doesn't really... I can never tell what Banjo's supposed to be doing. That's the confusion. That's why I think he's like, is he supposed to be walling you out? Is he supposed to be brawling you? It's just like really worse Snake, like much worse Snake. Where Snake has like all the stuff that Snake has is all good. Banjo has some good stuff. Like he's got some strong, like fair is really strong, up tilt is really strong, backer's like a solid move. His grab game is decent. His grenade is not good. His recovery is not good. And then he has Wonder Ring, which is just straight up like a cheating move. But like even it's just he's just such a confusing like play style. Like what is he supposed to be doing? And like what? I assume he's supposed to be playing like Snake, but he doesn't do that very well. Yeah, Banjo is a pretty underwhelming character. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I've seen Brood and Rido play Banjo when he came out, and they were doing good stuff with him. But then they would pick Duck Hunt, and the things they would do instead are just like so much better. And it was more just like, oh, like here's the strength of this character, but I don't know. I think he definitely is down here somewhere in mid tier, and I just don't really find him impressive enough to put him above any other characters, above them. Maybe above these guys, but that's the only thing I can think. All right. The final stretch of mid tier before we get into low tier. Incineroar and Dr. Mario. These two characters are scary. They are scary. They have combos. They have stuff to just beat you up. And yeah, if they get their hands on you, you can die. And they can be super scary. But they are just so slow. And the recoveries are so bad. That it's so like easy to exploit them. You can just easily outspeed them. Easily outrange Dr. Mario. Incineroar's a little bit harder to outrange because he's got some long limbs with like forward air, but you can just outspeed them and just kind of like whiff punish them. Yeah, they just don't have the speed. If these two characters had the speed, easy high tiers. Like easily, if these two characters had like if Dr. Mario had Mario speed, like oh my god, he's here. He's like up here for sure. Like even with his bad recovery, like he's up here. And then Incineroar with some speed, dude, he's like Shoto level, if not higher. Like he's so like if these characters have speed, they're so good. But they have not only do they not have speed, like they have so little speed. They just can't really do a lot. But when they get their hands on you, they are scary. When they do get to you, they are scary. And the final stretch is low tier. This might be a little weird to you. These are my opinion on the 3 least threatening characters in the game. Most easy to just kind of just not fear. And the only characters I debated not putting them, I think I did 1A low tier. I think these 3 are just, yeah, they're just not, they don't work quite as well. Or just have such blatant weaknesses and stuff. So let's talk about Lucario. Lucario was good in Smash 4 because Aura with Rage was such a deadly combo. But Rage is just not the same in this game, and there's just so much explosive characters that can get early kills in this game. Like, of course, Smash 4 had that too, which is why he stayed somewhere in mid tier. But this game, there's so many characters that just like scary Lucario. I feel like there's not enough that can struggle, that like he can really utilize being at high percent for a long time on, except like Sheik and Diddy he can, and Young Link. And I don't know, the pits, maybe Pit and Dark Pit. Pyra, Mythra, not against Mythra, yeah, but then you turn to Pyra and you're just like, oh, see you later. Maybe Inkling, like maybe Fox, but even no, if like Fox suppresses him like crazy. It's just like his whole mechanic, his whole design is such an imbalance and such an he is the epitome of inconsistency. And his whole design is just not like a good character design for something like this. It just doesn't work. Well, I think if he was in like a squad style, like a team style fighting game, maybe something like Dragon Ball FighterZ, where he's got other characters to switch to, I think he'd be better. Like that aura mechanic would work out better because you can like maintain low HP, but in this, you just get like sent from low HP to high HP to low from low percent to high percent to low percent so much that it's just doesn't, like, it's so inconsistent that like sure he can blow you up, like sure he can, He can. Like, it can work against some characters, but I just look at the rest of the cast and I'm just like, there's really not a lot of characters that it can work on or should work on. Maybe like Mega Man. Yeah, like I'm trying my best to think of characters that he just scares. And then I look at the cast, I'm like, okay, well, who scares Lucario? Look at these 4 heavies. They probably beat him up. Kirby can beat him up. Incineroar can beat him up. Lucario or Mewtwo. Cloud, Falco, Luigi, all these characters are just like are known for being strong, kill power. Like everyone in high tier. Like everyone in high tier besides like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, I guess. Yeah, Lucario's not. This is so unimpressive to me. But he can do it, which is why he's at the top of low tier. And I thought about doing this, but I want more than just 2 characters in low tier. I thought about putting these 2 in low tier too, but they are just so scary when they hit you. Isabelle is so pathetic. Isabelle is just so pathetic. She can kind of brawl you with her stuff. Like her whole kit is just so unimpressive. That's the perfect word for it. It's so unimpressive. Her chip damage, she doesn't do a lot of damage. Like, sure, she can catch you with some setups, but as soon as you like understand the setups, like, and if you just choose to, like, you can so many characters can just bully you. She's just blatantly worse villager. Like, if you want to play Isabelle, literally just please play villager. You have such a better character there, and that's saying something because villager is also down here in mid tier, which is the bottom half of the cast. Isabelle just doesn't, like, fishing rod isn't good. Recovery's good, I guess, but she doesn't even have like the, I don't know. Her neutral is worse than villagers because you don't have Void Rocket to throw at people. You can plant it in the ground, but like I can just hit it or just avoid it, and then you just don't kill as well as villager does. Yeah, I don't. No, Isabelle's bad. This character's bad. Oh my god, I forgot about Little Mac. Holy crap. I just literally didn't see him over there. Well, he's the top of this part. Because KO Punch is a one-hit, kills at 0. That's the only reason he's here. He has a waft, I guess. What else was there? Yeah, he has waft, he has a move that kills you stupid early, and that is enough for him to be up there. He has like speed, but Little Mac gets bullied so hard. You just throw him off stage. Just bully him. But he can kill you and just easily rob a stock with KO Punch. Also, all of his smash attacks have super armor, so you can just unga bunga and just start throwing smash attacks on you. And like, of course, there's things you can do with it, but you know, at least he's got that going for him. Like, at least he can do some damage and blow you up. And then Ganondorf is just too slow. And he's just too slow. Like, he can definitely hit you hard, but I look at the bottom. I look at the low tiers, and I think to myself, how many matchups do any of these guys win? I'm sure Little Mac wins against somebody. I'm sure he wins against somebody. I don't know who. I don't know who, but somebody. Little Mac's got to beat somebody. And Lucario does good against Diddy Kong, which is a good matchup for you, and does good against like Lucario's got the better. Okay, Lucario above Little Mac here, at least for that, because Lucario's got better matchups. Yeah, Isabelle, like the only character that Isabelle can beat is Diddy, maybe, but not even beat Diddy. It's just hard to fight as Diddy, but Diddy still probably wins. And then Ganondorf. Like, who does Ganondorf beat? Gets walled out by Isabelle. Gets outsped by Little Mac. Little Mac beats Ganondorf. There you go. gets outsped by Ganondorf. He can beat Lucario, I guess. That's it. That's like, who else? I look at everyone in mid tier. Who can Ganondorf beat? He can do fine against the Ices, maybe. Maybe. I'm trying. I'm trying to look for someone that Ganondorf can actually have a winning matchup against. And yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say about Ganondorf. He's just too slow. Like, he hits hard, yeah, but he's just too slow. Like, way too slow. In a game as fast as this, where he's still like all other heavies manage to be fast somehow, he doesn't. And it's a shame. Because like if he had the speed like Melee was able to like give him some more speed, and then just like if he was about as fast as he was in Melee, like he'd be a way better character, and he could probably be I'd put him up there with the other heavies and in mid tier, you know, like with K. Rool, and he'd probably be like next to Ridley. Or maybe right below DK or something. Which still isn't great. Like if you're using Ganondorf seriously in bracket, forgive me if I don't take you seriously. I don't want to fight you because you're playing because you're just playing a heavy. I don't like fighting heavies, but like I don't want to take you seriously. And I won't take you seriously because he's too slow. You don't win matchups. There's not a single matchup you can win. And that's gonna do it for the list. I think I like this order. I think looking at this order enough, I like it. I could definitely move up Sephiroth. I think maybe that. I have a high opinion on Sephiroth. I think he's gonna be really scary. I think that's the final verdict. I'll do that. And finishing touches. I think not. I think it's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you managed to watch the whole series, congratulations. I am impressed because this is long. If you're just wanting something to look at or listen to, you know, maybe while you're driving or doing stuff around the house, you know, this is totally the video for you. If you don't like my opinions, that sucks. Give me your tier lists. I don't know. I did this because I'm stuck at home today. I don't know what else to do, and I wanted to make a tier list. Instead of just making a tier list, you know, I was like, I'll talk about it because I think that helps. If I made this tier list and didn't talk about it, it would probably turn out a lot different. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch you next time. I'm out.